Welcome to the video, Basic iPad Use. The iPad that is being checked out to you or your student is an iPad 4 with retinal display. The iPad pictured in this video is an older version, but the principle of use shown are the same. There are a few hardware buttons on the iPad. On the top of the iPad is the sleep button. Press this button once to hibernate or put the iPad to sleep. This does not power down the iPad. To power down the iPad, press and hold the sleep button for 3 seconds and follow the prompt that appears on the screen. The iPad should only be powered down for troubleshooting. When the iPad is not in use, just put it to sleep. The button on the front of the iPad on the bottom is the home button. The home button has many uses, including waking up the iPad when you're ready to use it, exiting out of apps, navigating to the first page of apps. It can also be used in combination with the sleep button to take a screenshot of the display. And if you double-click the home button, you will see all of your recently opened applications and have the opportunity to close them. To close an application that is open, simply swipe up the screen on top of the picture of the application and it will close. To change the volume, use the toggle button on the side of the iPad. To access the internet, tap the Safari icon. Type the web address in the address bar at the top of the screen. To access your Gmail, type in mail.google.com in the address bar. Click to go to the mobile site and then log into your email. If multiple people are accessing their email from this device, remember to log out when you are done. To access Parent Portal, open Safari, and in the address bar, type in vistausd.org and then press go. From the Vista Unified School District website, tap on the word Parent Portal. In the middle of the next page, tap on Parent Student Portal, and that will take you to a login screen where you can use your email and password to access your student's Parent Portal account. Remember that the program we are participating in has a limited data plan outside of school. Streaming music, videos, or movies away from school may keep the student from internet access if all of the data is used before the end of the month. Limit the 4G data usage outside of school to internet searches and email unless assigned by a teacher. While at school, the device will be connected to the school Wi-Fi and no data will be used. That's it for the video. It's now time to take the online Basic iPad Use quiz. Welcome to Basic iPad Care. The iPad that is being checked out to you or your student is an iPad 4 with retinal display. The iPad pictured in this video is an older version, but the principles of care are the same. Your iPad comes with a case and a keyboard which also has a case. Keep the case on your iPad at all times. When not using your keyboard, it also must be kept in its case. Because the iPad has a glass touchscreen, it will become dirty with fingerprints and the oils from your hands. Gently wipe down the screen with a lint-free cloth, like you would use for eyeglasses. The iPad screen has a protective coating that can be wiped away with a coarse cloth. Never use spray or liquid cleaners on the iPad screen. The iPad screen is made of glass. Be careful not to drop the iPad, as this can crack the screen. The iPad is an electronic device and can be irreversibly damaged by water. Do not use the iPad in or near water. Keep liquids such as beverages away from the iPad. Do not keep containers of liquids in the backpack with the iPad, as containers such as water bottles can leak. Charge the iPad every night and in the same location. Getting into a routine will ensure that the student leaves the house in the morning with a charged device and there's no panic over trying to find the device right before going to school. Even if fully charged, the iPad should be placed in the same spot every night. This will prevent the iPad from being misplaced or forgotten at home. The iPad will spend a lot of time in the student's backpack. Make sure the backpack is clean and liquids and screw-top containers are not being transported in the backpack. In the event that a student must have liquid in the backpack, such as a water bottle, put the container in a Ziploc bag. Before school and during lunch, the iPad will be kept in the backpack, and the backpack must be treated with the same care as the iPad alone. The backpack should never be thrown, dropped, or kicked. The iPad during lunch and before school should never be out of the student's sight. During PE, it is the student's responsibility to securely lock up all of their belongings, including the iPad. Every student needs a lock for their PE locker. That's it for this video. Technology, such as the iPad, is a tool that enables students to be successful in school. Almost all tools have basic rules we must follow to keep us safe. Technology allows us to be part of a larger community. When part of a community, we must be good citizens. The school iPad gets its internet connectivity through school Wi-Fi when at school or Verizon Wireless when away from school. Either way, some of the social media sites will be filtered out. However, when students are on home devices, they have all of the internet at their disposal. This video will cover safety and citizenship for both the school device and the home devices. Parents are in charge when at home. Create rules as to where the students can be online and for how long. Discuss safe and risky sites. YouTube is a lot of fun, but not all of the content is appropriate for a middle school student. Teach your student to stop videos that contain inappropriate language or offensive behavior. And don't be afraid to say, "Hey, let me take a look at what you're watching." Guide students to make screen names that they won't be embarrassed to use through college. Is the screen name Sweet Pookie Poo something you'll want to use in many years to come? Make sure screen names are school appropriate. Don't use suggestive or inappropriate language when creating a screen name. When participating in online communities, be kind. Feel free to make positive comments, and remember that negative comments can have a negative impact on others. Try to not use sarcasm. Without facial cues to guide them, your friends may not realize that you are joking and could take offense. If comments from others are unwanted or make you feel uncomfortable, block the person who is making the comments, ignore the comments, or leave the conversation. This usually takes care of the culprit. If the unwanted comments continue, students should tell an adult. Cyberbullying is like face-to-face bullying, but harder to get away from since it's online. It's hard to remove and often seen by many people. Talk to your student about being kind to others not to engage in online bullying, and to tell an adult if they feel like they are being bullied online. Maintain good online security. Be aware of phony emails. Never give out personal or financial information to someone online. Students should not share their address, phone numbers, or birth dates online. Keep your passwords safe and private. Protect your privacy and the privacy of others. Everything you do online leaves a digital footprint. What is created, written, or posted may never go away. Nothing online is really private. Do not put anything online that could be used to damage your reputation or the reputation of someone else, or that could be embarrassing or hurtful. Respect the creative work of others. Songs, videos, movies, and photographs on the internet are someone else's property, and downloading them and using them without permission is illegal. If you want to use a picture or song on a project, make sure first that you have permission to use it. Keep an open mind. Our kids spend much of their time connected. Parents can't afford to be technophobic. Our kids adopt technologies faster than adults, and the adults may be falling behind. Get in the game. Have your kids show you how to do something online today. Thank you for Basic iPad Policies. Digital Promise, with support from the Verizon Foundation and Verizon Wireless, is providing students at Rancho Minerva Middle School access to mobile learning technology both at school and at home. The grant that Rancho Minerva has from Digital Promise provides iPads to the school district. These iPads will be checked out for student use just as a textbook is checked out to students at the beginning of each school year. And just like a textbook, the iPad will be checked back into the library at the end of the school year. Because the device is the property of the Vista School District, it cannot be sold or transferred to another person. Data for the iPad is being provided by Verizon Wireless. Students have 5 gigabytes of data per month and need to monitor that they do not exceed that. They may not stream audio, music, videos, movies, or games except when directed by a teacher. Devices may only be used within the 50 states of the United States of America. Devices may not be used to make international calls or send international text, video, or picture messages, including calls and messages to Canada and Mexico. The student who the iPad is checked out to is responsible for its care. If the device is lost, stolen, or damaged, the student's family is responsible for the cost of repair or replacement. Optional iPad insurance policies are available to families when the devices are checked out to the students. Students will be held to the same standards when using their device as when they are speaking, reading, or writing. Students will show good digital citizenship, whether they are using an iPad, Chromebook, or a PC. Students will be kind and safe in all of their digital interactions. That concludes this video. Please go and take the Basic iPad Policies quiz.